Hey guys, it's Mathematics YT. Today we are going to solve some some simultaneous linear equation, and as the title says, we are going to find out the properties of substitution and elimination method. But first we are going to solve this equation first. So as always, please pause a video for a while and try it for yourself. In solving simultaneous linear equation, you can use either graphical method, substitution method, or elimination method to solve. But in order to use graphical method, you have to use graph, and then you find the point of intersection, and you can find the value of x and y. Now in the last video, I'm talking about solving a simultaneous equation where the equation has two non-linear equation, and if I use the same concept of the graphic method, you can still have the same solution. But that graphical method does not need to use graph, because we know that in a function, when 2 points intersect, they are equal. So we just express both of these variable as subject formula, and then we start to solve for a value of that variable. So the only way that we can use it daily is substitution and elimination method. So for substitution method, you can either express one of these variables as subject formula. So let's get into it. So let's say I want to express x as subject formula for this equation. So 2x plus 3y is equal to 5. Then 2x is equal to 5 minus 3y, and x is equal to 5 minus 3y over 2. And this is the first equation. And for substitution method, we know that we need to substitute x to this expression, not substitute to this, because if you substitute to this, we still can, there's no change. But if we substitute to another different equation, we can do that. So by referring to this first equation, by substituting the x for this, so this equation is going to equal to 3 times 5 minus 3y over 2 plus 4y is equal to 1. Then we are going to solve it. So 15 minus 9y over 2 plus 8y is equal to 1. Then 15 minus y is equal to 2. Then y is equal to 13. And that is the first variable of this solution. So we have find the value of y. Then we are going to substitute this y to here. Don't need to here because you still need going to solve it. So I'm going to substitute to this equation, so I can directly find the value of x. So x is equal to 5 minus 3 times 13, that's 39, over 2. Then 5 minus 39 is negative 34, so x is equal to negative 7. And there we have it, x is equal to negative 17, and y is equal to 13. Solve the same equation right here as we solve by using elimination method. Now if you guys don't know what is elimination method is, it means that you have to eliminate one side of the variable. You need to eliminate one variable. But But how can you do that? It's pretty simple. You just do something like this. Let's say I want to eliminate variable x. So to eliminate variable x, I need to make these two coefficients of value of x same, but one is positive, one is negative. So let's say our here is positive, so I multiply by 2 here, multiply by 3 here, negative 3 I mean. So 6x plus 8y is equal to 2, then negative 6x minus 9y is equal to negative 15. And then we are going to plus it together. So this plus this, that's 0, so 0. This plus this is negative y is equal to 2 plus negative 15, that's negative 13. Then y is equal to 13, and this is the first solution that we can find. And then we are going to substitute to either one of these, and then we can solve, and then we can find the value of x. Then we solve place codes, we can find the value of x and y. So if I substitute to this variable to here, so 3x plus 4 times 13, that's 52. Then it is equal to 1. Then 3x is equal to negative 51. Then x is equal to negative 17. And as always, we still have the same solution. So x is equal to negative 17, and y is equal to 13. Two different methods, but we still have the same solution. Now let's solve another simultaneous equation, but we are going to find one variable of we are going to find the value of one variable only. Now if you guys just use you can use either substitution or elimination method, but there's an issue. You cannot just use it and without consideration, just like okay, just like when I found these two variables, then I just find the variable of x, then I can find the solution. But you are wasting your time, because you're not only going to find the value of x, you are going to find the value of y also. But the value of y is pointless, so because they want you to find the value of x only, so it's pointless and it's wasting your time. So let me show you how the substitution and elimination method really works. Now for a substitution method, it cancels out one variable, because from this better data I can know that when I substitute to x, then it will reduce one variable, then it will become linear equation in one variable, which is we can solve it. Now the special thing about this substitution method is if one variable is substituted, which means that I express x as subject formula, then I plug into that, then you need to find the value of the opposite variable. For example, I have this x and y, I express x as subject formula, then I plug it to this equation, then what the remaining variable is y, and then let's say y is the opposite variable, so you need to find that first. And it is effective to any simultaneous equation including non-linear equations and non-linear equations with linear equations. And the elimination method is a quite bit different, but it's still going with the same concept. It will still cancel one variable, and one variable is eliminated. You need to find the value of the opposite variable. Then the difference between these two methods is the third point. It is indeed effective to any simultaneous linear equation or simultaneous equation, because we are just not talking about simultaneous linear equation, but it will only works when the same variable has the same power. What does that mean? Now let's say I have a simultaneous equation, but it is not linear. Let's say x squared plus y squared is equal to 5, and and then 3x squared plus 5x squared 5y squared I mean is equal to let's say 25 or 27 lah. Because this is just an example. I don't know whether the solution of it is real or imaginary, or I can say a complex number. But can we use elimination method? Well, probably can, because you just multiply the constant. You just multiply a constant and then you eliminate one side variable. Then you find the value of the opposite variable, which is y. Let's say we eliminate x. Then you can find the value of y, then you substitute to the variable, then you can find the value of x. Now, what if it is without y, just y power of 1? Well, you also can use it, because even though you cannot eliminate variable y, but you still can still can eliminate the variable x, because I have the same power on the same variable. Even though this is in the power of 1 or power of 3, let's say like that. But yeah, just like that, because when you want to eliminate, you just multiply constant. Just make sure it multiplies the constant. If it multiplies with something else, then I can't guarantee elimination method will work. So elimination method is very limited to any simultaneous equation, but substitution method is really effective to any simultaneous equation. Now let's go back to the question. Now, given that 2x minus 3y is equal to 10, 3x plus 4y is equal to negative 2, then we need to find the value of x. Let me just put this like here. Now, in earlier I said that substitution and elimination method. Now let's say we want to use both, then how can we get the value of x? Now, based on the if you use substitution method, remember this: if one variable is substituted, then you need to find the value of the opposite variable, which means that to find the value of x, you need to express y as subject formula, then plug the y into another different variable, so you have value of x, then you directly find the value of x, and case closed, you will solve the equation and you will solve the problem. So let's try, shall we? So let's say I want to express this equation as subject and make y as subject formula. So 3x plus 4y is equal to negative 2. Then 4y is equal to negative 2 minus 3x. Then y is equal to negative 2 minus 3x over 4. And then we are going to plug this y to here, so I will get 2x minus 3y. Now we have a negative term here, and we have a negative term which is factorizable, so times 2 plus 3x like this. So negative multiplied with negative term is positive, so plus 3 times 2 plus 3x over 4, which is equal to 10, and 2x plus 6 plus 9x over 4 is equal to 10. Then over 1 multiplied by 4, then 8x plus 9x plus 6 over 4 is equal to 10. Then 17x plus 6 is equal to 40. Then 17x is equal to 34. Then x is equal to 2. And as the question said, I need to find the value of x, and we have found the value of x, then close problem solved. So you don't need to waste time to find the value of y first. Now let's try solving this using elimination method, but in the first place, how the elimination method works? Well, yes, because x and x are the first power. When they have the same variable with the same power, or I can say degrees, then I can use elimination method as it states here. So let's find the value of x, but there's one problem. If we need to consider and we need to avoid, we need to prevent that we find the value of y. So to prevent this, with this we can use this property, which means that if I want to find the value of x, we need to eliminate the variable y. So in order to do that, I need to make these two constants same but in positive, one side positive, one side negative. So y multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3, then 8x minus 12y is equal to 40, then 9x plus 12y is equal to negative 6. Now 8x plus 9x takes 17x, negative 12y plus 12y, that is 0, then 40 plus negative 6, that's 34. And now what we have remaining is 17x minus 34, and as always x is equal to 34 over 17 is so x is equal to 2. And then even though we are using the different method, but if we can know its properties, then we can save time and we have more time to solve the other problem. And when they mentions about finding one variable only, you can use this property and make a consideration what variable should I substitute or eliminate. So if you guys really like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time in another video.